kind of one of the last categories is module upgrade. So this was kind of a big step that Sage took for manufacturing environments. And what they did was they used to have a module called work order, and now that module is called production management. And they also have operations management, but production management is for the manufacturers that used work order. And that has been replaced, and it has some new functionality. And I don't know if you can elaborate on that, Dave, but that module has been updated and kind of carried forward.
Yeah, I would say they've been on, and I noticed Ken's on the call, so I know Ken, you use the work or you've looked at the work order module. I think in the past, the IRP, which we're going to talk about next, would affect you, but the work order module, they've been in the process of replacing work order with production management. And the work order system, it's been around a long time, but it was, I don't want to say it was difficult to use, but there were a number of steps to actually process a work order. With production management, they've been kind of working on it to bring it up to spec now over a couple of versions. It's now really the only option you would have in terms of work order capability in 2023, and it's much simpler to use. So they've really done a nice job of taking the customers that were using the work order module and allowing them to migrate into production management. If you do have manufacturing production management requirements, they do have a migration process. So it's a very different system. I mean, it's not just like a user interface change. It's a complete rewrite of the module, but in terms of transaction processing, it's much simpler from a usability standpoint. So we're real happy that they finally got that into the 2023 version. The second one, you want to comment on that, Jeremy, the IRP, or you want me to?
Yeah, so kind of in the same light, MRP is now IRP. So they've changed the language a little bit, but all said and done, it's kind of looking at inventory and saying, here's what we need to do to hit demand that is coming up in the future, and what we need to order, what we need to produce. And if you want to, I don't know if you want to elaborate on some of that. UI has really changed, and that's
I would say
user-friendly.
I would say on that, and this, because it's with MRP, same thing. MRP was around a long time. They've been in the process of moving MRP into IRP, much simpler to use. If you're familiar with how, and actually we've got some distributors that use IRP because it can be used for manufacturing work tickets, but it also has the ability to look across demand for, if you're a distributor, look across demand for inventory items, and based on reorder points and demand from sales orders, make a determination of what would be required to purchase. And what's nice about it is it gives the user, whether you're the purchasing person or in the case of manufacturing, the person that issues the work tickets, it gives you a really nice dashboard to kind of give you all the details of, the inventory on hand quantity, the demand from sales orders and back orders, what our reorder points are, and then it time phases it so you can see kind of when those, promise date on the sales orders, and make a determination of what you should be purchasing, and then gives the person the ability to just select which items that they want to purchase for, and it automatically creates the purchase orders. So it really makes the job of the purchaser in a distribution environment or manufacturing environment. Obviously, you're purchasing, materials for your items that you manufacture, or production items that we manufacture in-house. It makes that job of issuing POs and work orders much easier.
Yeah, and that just that module alone could be a session on its own. So